In a big, bright, leafy jungle where the sun played peekaboo through the giant leaves, lived a young tiger named Toby. Toby had soft orange fur and bold black stripes, just like all the other tigers. But Toby had a little secret. He was afraid of his own stripes. Every single morning, Toby would tiptoe down to the sparkling river, peek at his reflection in the water, and let out a big sigh. "Oh, just look at me," he'd whisper to the fish. "My stripes are just too stripy. They're so fancy and everyone will stare at me." High up in the trees, the cheeky monkeys would swing by their tails and chatter. "Toby, what are you talking about? Your stripes are amazing. They're like jungle art." But Toby would just shake his head and swish his tail. "Nope, they're too scary," he'd mumble. "I think I'll just hide behind this big, comfy bush for the rest of the day." And Toby really did try everything to hide those stripes. One time he found a big, gooey mud puddle and rolled around until he was covered from head to paw. But instead of hiding his stripes, he just looked like a walking, muddy blob. The other animals couldn't help but giggle. Another time, he found a bush full of bright red berries and tried to paint himself a plain orange color. It was a sticky, messy job, and when he was done, he didn't look like a plain tiger, ... He just smelled like a delicious jungle smoothie. And let's not forget the time he tried wearing a big leafy cloak. He felt very clever until he started to walk. With every step, his stripes would peek out from under the leaves, waving hello to everyone he passed. It was no use. One sunny afternoon, while Toby was hiding under a giant pile of crunchy leaves, feeling very sorry for himself, he heard a tiny little cry. "Help, ... I'm lost." It was a little leopard cub named Lila. She had wandered away from her family while playing hide and seek, and now she didn't know which way to go. Toby's big tiger heart went thump, thump, thump inside his chest. He knew he had to help her, but then he remembered his stripes. What if they scared the little cub? He took a very deep, brave breath, pushed the leaves away, and stepped out into the clearing. "Don't you worry," he said in his gentlest voice. "I'll help you find your mum." Lila the leopard cub stopped crying and her big, round eyes got even wider. She gasped, but not because she was scared. "Wow," she whispered in awe. "Your stripes are so beautiful." Toby blinked in surprise. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "Beautiful?" he asked, pointing a paw at his own fur. "Yes," Lila said, hopping up and down. "They're like magical zigzags that dance in the jungle. They're wonderful." For the very first time, Toby looked down at his stripes and smiled a shy little smile. Maybe they weren't so bad after all. Together, Toby and Lila walked through the jungle. Toby's ears twitched, listening carefully for the sounds of the leopard family. As they walked, all the other animals saw them. The parrots flapped their colorful wings and squawked, "Look, everyone, it's Toby the brave tiger leading the way." The monkeys cheered from the branches. Toby felt his chest puff out with pride. Soon they found Lila's family, and there were happy hugs and purrs all around. That night, as the moon climbed high into the sky, Toby went back to the river. He looked at his reflection once more. In the soft moonlight, his stripes shimmered like silver. "I guess my stripes aren't scary," he said to his reflection with a happy grin. "They're not too fancy. They just make me me." From that day on, Toby never ever hid his stripes again. In fact, he loved them. Sometimes he'd even catch fireflies and let them add a little extra glitter to his coat. And whenever a little animal in the jungle felt sad or worried about something that made them different, Toby would stand up tall, puff out his chest, and give his proudest, happiest roar, "Your stripes, whatever they are, wonderful." And the whole jungle would roar back in agreement. Thank you so much for listening to our story. If you loved meeting Toby, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more adventures. See you next time.